We're going to be taking a look at Langchain in JavaScript more in depth this time, looking at 7 files. I have already made a step-by-step introduction. You can take a look at that too. Link will be in the description. So let's just get started. The first one is chat1 JavaScript. We are importing chat OpenAI, human chat message, and OpenAI to set our API key. To be able to import like this, you have to add type equals module in your package.json file, and our dependencies here are Langchain and OpenAI. Code files and the dependencies, the package.json file will be available at Patreon. Link will be in the description. We are defining our API key. I am retrieving it from my environment variables, but you can uncomment this line and define it explicitly here. Then we are defining a quick function, run, with async, but we are using export, so we can actually import it into another file. We're going to be taking a look at that too here. Anyway, we are using chat OpenAI, model GPT 3.5, and temperature. You can define your parameters here. And then we await a response with chat.call and human chat message, which is what's a good name for a company that codes AI apps. Then within the function, we log that response. And we just run this file in our terminal. All we have to do is node and the name of the file. And when we run this, we should get a quick response. Here it says evolve AI. And as you see, our response is an object. If we wanted only the response, then all we have to do is change the response to response.text. And then save this file and run it again. And Brainwave AI solutions, just like this. Now, the cool thing is, since we are exporting this function, we can actually import it here. We are importing run from chat_1.js, and then we can just run this. I will comment out this run file, because when you're importing, this file actually runs as well. So if you're calling it, right? So I'm just going to leave the function definition and importing. I'm just going to run that node importing. And as you see, when this file runs, we also get a response, AI Genius Go. So we have defined our function here with the export, so we can import it into another file and use it. This is pretty cool. I just want to mention EcoHive AI Academy. You can visit it at ecohive.live, from which you can search all my YouTube videos, 130 plus free AI coding videos. Our next file is chat_2.javascript. In this case, we are importing chat OpenAI and human chat message and system chat message. I'm not importing OpenAI as I'm not defining my API key. JavaScript will automatically look at this OpenAI API key from my environment variables, but you would have to have this set in this line as well. I have actually copied and pasted it here just in case. Here we are defining another function, run, right, async. Our chat is going to be new OpenAI, chat OpenAI with the GPT 3.5 Turbo. And then we're getting a response with await chat.call, human chat message. You don't always have to use system messages. You can actually prompt the GPT 3.5 Turbo or GPT for only with a directly a human chat message, which is the user message. And what's a good name for a company that makes colorful socks? And then we log that response. And then we can actually call it with the system message as well. Here we are going to make another call. This time we will include the system message. You are a helpful assistant that translates English to French. Also with the human chat message, translate I love programming, and then log that response. And nextly, we can also make multiple calls at the same time and get multiple responses. To be able to do that, we use chat.generate instead of chat.call. So we are getting a third response with await chat.generate with the system message here and the human message here. And then the next system message is here and the human message is here. Okay. And then when we run this with node _2.js, here's our responses. The first response, second response, okay, and then the object response to both of our queries right here with .generate. As you see, I have only logged the response c.generations, so keep that in mind, since this is an object. I have gotten these examples from Langchain's JavaScript, TypeScript documentation. I'll put the link in the description if you'd like to take a look. But the code files will be available for Patreon supporters for convenience as well. I have modified some of the code. Next up is streaming.js, how we can do streaming responses with chat models. We are defining chat with a new chat OpenAI. You can set your max tokens and streaming here. And then we simply chat.call. We are going to make a request to the API. We say the new human messages tell me a story about programming. Okay. And then here we are using a callback handler, I believe. Handle LLM new token, process.stdout, write token, and then our response is going to be, we're going to get the response and log the entire response. So when we run this with node streaming.js, as you see, we are getting streaming responses here. And after the response is complete, we get the entirety of the response. As you see, it's an object format. If you wanted only the text, you can actually mention it here like this. Next is the timeout.js. It says in the documentation that Langchain actually waits indefinitely for a response, which might not be desirable. So you can actually introduce a timeout just like this, okay, in your chat.call. And it will quit after this. In this case, it's, I believe, 1 second. This is counted in milliseconds. Next up is rate limits. Okay, we are again doing the exact same process, our imports, and then we're defining the function. We are always using the export, so you can actually import these functions into another JavaScript file. We are defining an async function. We are keeping track of the time. We are starting time with console time. And then we are saying that our chat is going to be chat OpenAI, GPT 3.5 Turbo. Here we are setting the streaming to true. And then this is how we can actually check for rate limits, because the reason, if you're doing, since JavaScript is Langchain is async, you can make as many concurrent calls as you like, but at some point you will hit the rate limit of OpenAI's API endpoint. If you're doing many calls, just keep in mind that you can limit your concurrent calls by just defining a max concurrency parameter here. I've just simply set it to 1 to demonstrate, but in the next one, when we are getting the response, I am using await chat.generate, not chat.call, because we are going to be getting 2 responses. As you see, the first one is going to be tell me a very short story, and the second one is going to be the same. And then we are going to log the response, okay, in generations, and we're going to actually log the time as well. Since we are doing 2 responses, we're going to keep the max concurrency at 1, and then see how long it takes. Let's run this. Node rate limit. Let's see how long this takes. I believe we should. I haven't included the callback, so it's not actually going to be print. Anyway, so here it wasn't streaming, but anyway, so we got 2 of our responses, and it took 11, almost 12 seconds. Now I'm going to change max concurrency to 2, so that hopefully we're going to be able to make both of these calls at the same time. I'm going to run this again. Let's see how long it takes this time. Yeah, almost half, less than half actually, 4.9 seconds. So keep this in mind. Okay, you can actually make as many calls as you like here. Just keep the max concurrency in mind. Our last file is embedding. So this is a quick look at embeddings. I think this is pretty cool and gives a great idea on what's going on. We are importing OpenAI embeddings from Langchain Embeddings OpenAI. And we do have our embeddings defined as OpenAI embeddings. Okay. And then after that, we are getting a response with await embeddings.embed query hello world. So we're embedding hello world here. And then we're logging that to terminal. Next, we are again getting a document res. And then this is just a variable. Embeddings.embed documents, but now this time we're sending a list of items, hello world and bye-bye, and then we're logging that. Now if we run this file, we're going to get, let me run this again. Here what we get is our first response is the embedding. So this is 1500 something, I forgot, 1532 or something for the OpenAI embeddings. These are the dimensions. So this is the embedding of the first one, which was the hello world. And then we get a list of 2 items. So this is a list within a list. The first one is for hello world and second one is for bye-bye. The cool thing with embeddings is that it's always the same size, whether you're embedding a single word, a phrase, or several pages of documents, as long as it fits within the embeddings 8,000 context limit. Yeah. So this is a quick intro. I'll be looking more into Langchain and JavaScript. It's really exciting. I just wanted to mention quickly that with the package.json, when you're installing these dependencies, you just do npm install Langchain and OpenAI. Okay, I'll keep this in the Patreon download as well. I just wanted to quickly mention my Echo Hive AI Academy website. Here you can search all the videos. For example, if you're interested in JavaScript, all the videos that I've created, you can actually search for JavaScript videos here. Or if you're interested in Langchain, you can actually search for that and find all the Langchain videos. You can see their descriptions and you'll find the code downloads links as well. You can play it right here or go to the YouTube as well. It's echohive.live. You can also check out the autocoder that I built, GPT-4 autocoder. I've actually improved quite a bit, but this is the most popular one. Almost 10,000 people this was used almost 10,000 times. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.